Welcome to Tesla Info, and today we're looking at the illuminated door sills, which are a retrofit you can do to your Model 3 or your Model Y, and they cost about €200 or pounds or dollars depending where you are in the world. The kit gives you most of the things you need. You get two door sills, replacement door sills, which are sticky backed and include batteries. You don't wire them into the car. You get a whole series of transfers and instructions. So the instructions are in the usual strange pictograph things with few words, and you need an encyclopedia to understand. Some templates, stickers, some more template stickers, and these are sided, so you have some for the left door and some for the right door. It's difficult to come apart. You get a pair of gloves, because one of the things you have to do is getting the sills hot, or the old ones. You get a little pry tool, you get some alcoholic wipes, and you get two magnets. And the basic way this thing works is when the magnet disappears from the magic spot, that's a magnet, not a U, the light comes on. We took a bit of time cleaning the area before we even started work. The alcohol wipes are there to help, but we did it ourselves with some cleaner, and then you apply the stickers, which effectively just mark where the existing door sill kick plate goes to. So when you've taken the old one off, you put the new one back on in the same place. There's actually 3 stickers in total, one for each corner and one across the top. As you'll see in the video, the one across the top on ours actually came off when we were removing the old door sill. It's not a problem. As long as you've got 2 of the 3, you've got sufficient reference points to put the replacement door sill. Okay, a quick check of the instructions. Put on the glove, grab a hairdryer or a heat gun, and basically start warming the glue to enable the removal of the old door sill. Okay, using the hairdryer at the hottest setting or a heat gun, you can see you're struggling with that sticker. You just basically heat up the whole area to try and soften the glue. Once we'd done that for a minute or two, we then started with a pry tool. We originally started on the edge nearest to the back of the car, then we decided to start with the edge nearest the front of the car, because we thought that would, if we did mark the paint at all, it would be the least noticeable. Anyway, with the combination of the heat gun and gently prising away, we eased away the whole plate without actually damaging the old plate. I think the only tip we'd give is to be slow and steady. Take your time. Once you've freed it, it'll stay unstuck, and you just slowly pull it away from the car. We've seen other videos of older versions of the car and the sill plates, which seem to be slightly different. Some of the cars, Model 3s in particular, older Model 3s, had metal sill plates, and these used to twist and buckle, and you probably wouldn't get it off like that. So each car is slightly different, but you shouldn't really need them in the future. Once you've done that, you then have the thankless task of trying to peel off the glue, and the technique they recommend is to sort of actually try and roll it off using your finger to roll it away, rather than use solvents or push with a tool. Okay, this takes a little while. Once you've got it all off, and we're going to skip to when we've done that, then you start cleaning up the area. We actually used our own cloth and some car detailing cleaner first, actually some isopropyl alcohol, just to get the worst of it off, and we saved the wipes that they give you to almost like the final clean, just to remove any final residues of grease. It's pretty clear that you have to get this area as clean as possible, because any stuff in the way is either going to not let the thing sit flat or affect the adhesion of the new sill plate once you try and install it. So like always, just another quick check of the instructions to make sure we're not doing anything stupid. It's then a simple case of removing the protective film on the back of the sill and attaching it to the car. We couldn't actually find anything to suggest there was a left hand and a right hand one. They both seem to be identical, so it doesn't matter which way around you put them. Once you've got the backing film off, it's then just a relatively simple job of lining up the corners with the tapes you installed earlier to make sure it's located in the right place. You can now remove the template markers which showed where the correct place to fit was, although as you'll see it's probably worth keeping these because they'll come in handy later on. Once you've done that, and it does move slightly, which is a little bit unnerving, it's now a question of fitting the magnet to the bottom of the door. We've attached the markers as they suggest in the manual, and we found it didn't work. So what we do, which is a tip, we actually took the magnet, found where it triggered the on-off, used one of the corner strips to actually mark where it goes to the bottom of the car door, use the other one to show where the magnet was centered, and you can see they're offset by about 1 centimeter or 2. We then adjusted the magnet, adjusted the tape, and repeated this until we got them lined up perfectly. It took a few goes, and we'd probably line the tape up before we attached the magnet because it slowly lost its stickiness, but it was still effective just about when we finished. So just to summarize that, use the magnet to determine the sort of like a center line of what works, put tape at the bottom, tape on the door which lines up almost exactly with it, and that's where you want the magnet, and that's all there is to it. And after you've done that, the door should work. Whether you think it's worth $200, pounds, euros, I think that's personal choice really, but I suppose it lifts the car a little bit, makes it look a little bit more premium, and as I've just demonstrated, hopefully it's a pretty easy DIY job.